Mr. Bertram is terrible, but what isn't terrible?
Mr. Bertram is garbage. But
what
isn't terrible? What would you say are maybe the chat can chime in? The
chat should chime in.
The best adult animated sitcoms.
What are the best adult animated
sitcoms?
So
we're talking it's for adults. This isn't for the kiddies. Kiddies may be watching it, of course, as we all did, but it's adult. It's animated. So that's pretty fucking easy. But sitcom, because there's a bunch of shows that we were like, not really sure that this is a sitcom per se, more as it like South Park, whereas it's more of a satire and a complete it's immediately playing off of other stuff. Like it's
not Clarkson's Farm season 3, although Matt Walsh could have talked about that instead of Dylan Mulvaney.
Wait, Clarkson's Farm has a season 3 already?
I know. We got to watch it. Wife, if you're watching, I love you. We're watching it.
We haven't really discussed this, I guess, because we've been apart for a while. Do you watch all of the Grand Tour stuff?
Oh, me and my wife. So I loved what was it?
Top Gear.
Top Gear. I mean, me and my buddy in high school would watch Top Gear, and then we kept watching it all the way through. Josh Stone, I love you. And then my wife got really into Grand Tour, but she only likes the actual Grand Tours where they go on an excursion and do a whole thing because they're so cry out loud funny. I don't care if it's
the
scripted.
Specials. They're based off of the original Top Gear specials.
Oh my gosh,
we watched incredible.
So much.
But nobody, the original Top Gear production, nobody had shot stuff and had edited it together like that. Their editors and their camera people and their DPs were leaps and bounds better than anybody else out there.
And let's be honest, the 3 hosts, the 3 presenters, as they say on the BBC.
I had no idea that you were such a big fan because I can't even tell you. I watch every single one of them. I love
them. I love the fact that I feel like Jeremy Clarkson is my fat spirit animal. I really do.
Yeah, he's like your best.
I aim to have that big of a gut because that means that you're living a very lush life.
It's like your imaginary, your British imaginary friend.
I love it. I love that he talks so much mad crap about the liberal Labor Party because they're garbage and they're ruining that country.
He's so good.
But back to it, we got a lot of people saying. People saying Simpsons, BoJack Horseman, South Park. South Park is not a sitcom; it is a satirical comedy.
Rick and Morty, which is more like a sci-fi,
not a sitcom, but super funny.
It's fucking really funny. It's hysterical.
If you're doing adult animated comedy, Rick and Morty probably is the best, but it's not a sitcom.
It's so good.
So, we got a lot of people. So here we're gonna do our top 5. We've decided to, instead of doing top 10, we're gonna do top 5
for this week.
And I think for the foreseeable future, our shtick is going to be top 5.
Okay, that's fine.
Top 5, right? Do you think so?
That's fine. I like
David Letterman had the top 10. We're going to do top 5.
10's a lot,
10's a lot.
5 gives you a little more time to, let it breathe, let the chat breathe.
And I don't want to be a copy of a copy, so we're not doing top 7 like Steven Crowder. We're just going to do top 5 because, top 5.
All right. So coming in at number 5, we're talking adult animated sitcom,
situational comedy.
We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and say Futurama.
We debated about this one.
It is a sitcom
because they're at work. It is a work situational comedy.
They're all at work. It just happens to be in the future, so it's kind of sci-fi-esque, but technically, it's totally a sitcom. We're going with.
Oh wait, we have Beavis and Butthead from the Baron. The Baron says Beavis and Butthead. Also, not a sitcom.
We talked about it.
Satirical comedy. We did talk about it though.
It's an absurdist, satirical. Yes.
Daria was not funny unless you were a girl in the 90s.
Unless you didn't like Beavis and Butthead, but because the Daria jokes weren't that great. But then Daria was so good. I don't know.
Yeah. No, actually, Daria was a little funny because I'm kind of a girl.
Well, I mean, the shirt gives it away.
Hey.
That's actually a dope shirt. It's actually a dope shirt. My bad. I just had it. It was just an easy.
So we think Futurama is number 5 on the situational comedy because it is. They're at work. It's like The Office, but if The Office was in space, well, not really The Office.
Space delivery service in the future.
It's The Simpsons, but in the future with, guys that. It's hilarious. All right, what do we got at number 4?
King of the Hill, so good. So good. And I know the chat is like, yes, because we
have a good question though, real quick. How is South Park not a sitcom? There are in this situation. It's not right. It kind of is though, because there's no story arc.
Well,
it's satirical.
In the last few seasons, the thing is it's a very layered answer, because in the last few seasons they do limited runs, and there is a story arc, but at the same time, in between that and for a number of seasons before that, they were just doing like, this episode is an absurdist satirical take on this episode is it wasn't like now granted, you were following the same people in the same but it wasn't just like a family. There's so many families, and it was such a big dynamic, and there's so many characters that it goes around, and it's just way too much. It can't be considered a sitcom. You have to basically, if you could say that the animation could be done with just like,
this is nerd talk. This is only from a producer from Extra.
two cameras on a set, but as if it was animated. Like, it's way too much.
Listen, Uncapped, I don't want to have a freaking debate with you, but I'm gonna tell you something. If we were doing adult comedy animated series, South Park would be top 5. But we're doing sitcom, and we had specific criteria.
But WKRP is a sitcom. It is, just like The Office is. Just like The Office is,
because it's a situational.
It's comedy. A situational comedy.
It's not moving from. So here's the thing: the situation in WKRP
has to be
always the same. The situation is the same.
Yes, exactly.
They're running a radio station.
There's a status quo.
The situation in South Park is always different.
Always fucking chaos.
Satire.
You never fucking know.
It's commentary on society.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's commentary on society.
Nerd alert. Nerd
alert. We are nerds here, guys. We are giant nerds. Uncapped Turtle, one of our favorite nerds. By the way, Uncapped Turtle did our intro. Dude is awesome. We love Uncapped. He makes a lot of good content. You need to check out his channel on YouTube for reals, guys. Dude's amazing.
It doesn't,
we need to have him on when you get to Iowa.
We do need to have him on. Yes.
We got to have him on, man. So that we can have this discussion without him typing. He's like typing like this. He's like,
what do you mean? Are you serious?
You guys, I'm on cat, mother. We're gonna have him on because he is awesome. He's awesome. All right. So we have King of the Hill, though. We have King of the Hill.
Okay. Sorry.
Dude, King of the Hill. I love King of the Hill.
King of the Hill is so good. And
who was the creator?
Really good. Mike Judge.
Idiocracy. Office Space. Two of the greatest freaking satirical movies of all time.
Office Space was one of those that I like saw in the theater, and I said, "Whoa, have you guys seen this movie? Like, oh my god, it's so funny!" And everyone's like, "What? Why would I go? That doesn't seem like a theater movie or something like that." I was like, "You really need to see this movie."
That movie,
and it blew up so quick.
It holds up. And 25 years later, it still holds up.
It's so good. It's so funny. God. Everyone, every actor, every acting job, every single person in that absolutely nailed it. I feel like, what's his name was, your buddy was in it. Not your buddy, but
my buddy.
No, Dr. Cox.
Oh yeah, Dr. Cox is in it. I love Dr. Cox.
Wrong. You're wrong.
He was in it.
Oh yeah, that clip is going to be played a lot.
You're wrong.
I'm going to tell you, if you disagree with me, that's getting played. Okay. Just to let you know.
Bad. All right, so but nonetheless, King of the Hill, everybody understands this is what Mr. Burcham aspires to be. It's like it's like King of the Hill did all the jokes that Roseanne didn't do, that Tim Allen had already done. Like it was jokes done from Mike Judge's perspective. Like, imagine if like
it was middle American, red-blooded American man.
So
and his
good,
family, and it's good. It's good.
It's so great. Damn it, Bobby, put your pants back on. Is that you boys out there whacking off in my tool shed?
Yeah, no, that is our number 4 because it is that good. If you haven't seen it, I'm sorry. So Mike Judge is also the creator of Beavis and Butthead, which the Baron had mentioned.
Yeah.
Which I love Beavis and Butthead. If you ever want to see my favorite, but the best Beavis and Butthead, what is it? Segment is when they were watching the Morrissey November Spawns a Monster video.
Oh, right.
Hands down,
because the show
best Beavis and Butthead.
Uninclipped, yes.
He's got a Band-Aid on his nipple.
What's he even doing? Oh my god.
Why is he dancing with a rock? Yeah, so Mike Judge, freaking love Mike Judge. King of the Hill is
huge
definitely number 4.
So good. All right, well, number 3, everyone understands to make total sense.
Simpsons.
Do you know The Simpsons came out when I was in 4th grade, bro? 4th grade. That's how old I am. 4th grade.
Yeah, I don't.
I love The Simpsons as a kid. I drew those cartoons all the damn time, man.
I always tried to draw. Oh yeah, I have a great. This is when I wish I had access to some of my old photos. I have this great old photo of me at this house that my dad owned in Oregon, chopping down a tree. And once I've chopped down the tree, the photo is me trying to take the tree and now cut it in half or something. And I got this axe. I'm a little kid, but I'm wearing red Michael Jordan sweats, and I have a white Bartman t-shirt on, and a backwards Giants hat and Nike Airs, and I'm oh, I was into it, man. Oh, Bartman. I mean, I was all about it. The Simpsons were so good. So I mean,
yeah,
up to season 14.
Season 14. After that,
they kind of everybody
Hank Azaria had to apologize for a poo because some stupid comedian that was not funny. Oh, quick story. Okay, so there was this comedian, and someone look it up. Maybe the Baron can look it up. Maybe you, Savage, could look it up. There was this Indian American comedian, and Indian meaning from India, who did a documentary called The Problem with a Poo. And then Hank Azaria, because he's woke and Hollywood's woke, he had to apologize for being a white guy that did a voice like this and talked like an Indian American running a 7-Eleven.
Is it
and it's called acting, asshole. I don't know if you've ever been to a play, but right now there's going to be a play about Romeo and Juliet, and they have a black woman playing Juliet because it's called acting. You can act and play characters. When Shakespeare did his plays, men played the women roles. It didn't matter what race you were. It didn't matter. So Hank Azaria's Apu was hilarious.
He was so good.
And this non-funny comedian who could not get anyone to sit and watch his stupid comedy show because it was terrible, decided, I'm going to make a documentary so then I can get a Netflix special for my terrible comedy. And that is what Hollywood has become, a giant HR nightmare of bullshit. It's terrible. I'm very upset about it.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Hank Azaria was hilarious doing all the voices. They were making fun of Irish people. They were making fun of CEOs of horrible companies and Mr. Burns.
Amoeba saying what's up?
We got it. It is Harry Kondabolu.
Hari Kondabolu.
So I did artwork for his Netflix special, and because I used to do key art. I used to make poster art for a bunch of different stuff. I did Bill Burr's, a couple of Bill Burr's specials. I did his.
Those were dope. I remember we were sitting in the exact bar that we met.
Yeah.
Beverages, and you were like, oh, I did this tile full of people, and I was like, oh, is it the one where his brain flips open and it looks like there's a maze going through it? And you're like, yeah. I was like, dude, I just looked at that tile.
Yeah, so I did I did Joe Rogan's one of Joe Rogan's Netflix specials. I drew him. So I did a lot of good. So I did it for is Hari Kondabolu. The guy and I always watched the special.
Hari Kondabalu.
Yeah, I always watched the special early. I got the special early before it went on Netflix because we were making the art for it, and we would try to do artwork that kind of would maybe highlight a joke or something like that. And I watched it, and I didn't laugh once, man. I didn't laugh once, dude. But you know what special I did laugh a lot at was Norm Macdonald's Hitler's Dog, and I'm gonna tell you. Doing key art and poster art and promotional art for Norm Macdonald was a dream come true. Because
wait,
Norm
did you do the tiles for the Norms too?
Oh yeah, dude. And I drew a German Shepherd with a little stash, and it got rejected because they didn't have the cojones to have Norm Macdonald because he was talking about eating a sundae and eating it like sucking a and so I had him like this. Opening wide to have a banana split go into his mouth, like because it was the joke.
Oh my god!
And then I had a German Shepherd with a little stash.
Jesus Christ!
And they were like, "That is too edgy for us. That is too edgy for us.
Too much."
Like, sorry, guys.
That's gonna go on the.
Should I post that on Twitter? I'm gonna post that on Twitter. Follow me at Salty Draws, and I'm gonna post the Norm Macdonald key art for the Netflix special.
Original. Hey, rest his soul, Norm Macdonald, bro.
Right.
But.
Oh, Amoeba Artstorm is here, and she says, "Bro, man,
that's what I said."
I'm not gonna say that word because I won't be disrespectful to my wife, but also exactly Amoeba Artstorm, exactly.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. All right, Simpsons number 3, guys.
No,
what's number 2?
Number 2, when it comes to the hot take, when it comes to redoing, okay, yeah, Simpsons did it, but also at the same time, they didn't have the eyeballs to do it. Family Guy.
Family Guy is so funny, dude.
I mean, from day one, just like South Park. Been watching since day one. It never gets old.
American Dad is not nearly as funny as Family Guy. Fight me.
The one gripe I have
American Dad is funny.
One gripe I have with American Dad is that the alien is just him doing an imitation of the actor that did Templeton from Charlotte's Web. Like, oh, who ate all the pecan sandies? You're like, that's Templeton from Charlotte's Web. Like, what are you talking about? It's totally Templeton from Charlotte's Web. Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Like, every time I've ever heard they say, "Oh, who ate all the pecan sandies?" And you're like, "That's Templeton from Charlotte's Web, right?" Is that not the same guy? And it's like, no, it's just Seth MacFarlane pretending that he's the first guy to do that voice. Like,
we're having Uncapped Turtle on. We were going to have this debate. Mother effer. You're not like our number 1. And you know what I have to say about it?
Here's the thing: is as much like South Park is too random. Family Guy is always it's Family Guy is Ozzie and Harriet, but absurdist.
Yes,
but it's still a sitcom. Whereas
it is. Whereas South Park, All in the Family. It's all in the family.
Did I say Ozzie and Harriet?
Rob Reiner's stupid characters.
Sorry,
but the greatest episode ever was when the sun went.
Ozzie and Harriet. That was way too old. I'm going back to the.
Would you do me? I'd do me. I'd do me hard.
All right, wait, hold on.
Sorry. I wish we had that music on cue because that would have been the best joke ever.
Family Guy is at its heart. It is a sitcom. It just gets crazy because it then does references. It doesn't.
Turtle, I swear to God.
You're
going to get so mad at our number 1. You're going to get so mad at our number 1. All right. What is number 1?
All right. So only because absolutely nobody is prepared.
Because this is our list and it is our show.
Motherfucking Archer. Number 1.
That's right. Because I will poo myself in my pants laughing at this show. And it is a sitcom because they're going to the office and they're doing things at the office.
It is so good. It is so well done and is absolutely a sitcom because it's just a sitcom set in a spy organization. That's okay. I'm an idiot. Set in a spy organization.
I just love the fact that the acronym was ISIS. At the same time that ISIS was a thing.
Yes, it was ISIS like a year. It was like a year or two before they were ISIS. And then they were like, we have to change this. And they're like, yeah, You probably should. That was hysterical. I completely forgot about the whole ISIS thing. Everything I loved about that show, and I totally forgot the ISIS part, that they were like, yeah, so we can't go by ISIS anymore because that's a thing apparently. Oh my god!
So Uncapped Turtle right now is seething. He's like, "You mother effers! How do you not have South Park on this list?"
And South Park is one of my favorite shows ever. I've watched it since day one, but still at the same time, under these constraints that we were trying to reason with, and there's absolutely no fucking reason to it, but we're going to pretend there is. Archer just fit into the Community is a sitcom.
Community is on my you know what? We should do a top 5
Community
list.
is absolutely a sitcom.
Savage, I think we should do a top 5 list maybe next week of sitcoms, because Community
2 weeks.
It is one of my favorites, bro.
Community's very good. It's not one of my favorites, but extremely good.
It is one of my favorites, personal favorites. Uncapped Turtle is one of my personal favorites.
One of more of my favorites would be this.
Douche chill.
And that is how Uncapped Turtle feels about us right now. He thinks we're douches because we left South Park out.
We just douche chilled South Park.
Sorry, bud. Sorry. We love you, but also
understandable.
We decided it was satirical, not sitcom.
And you can absolutely think differently than us. But Archer it's so fucking funny. It's so fucking like the jokes, they're so layered and they're so great. It makes regular like live action TV shows look like a fucking joke. Like, what are you even doing? What are you even doing anymore? It's like Archer. They're like, a soap opera. Oh, you want like a soap opera? Well, guess what? Archer just decided, they're like, oh, why don't we try that soap opera thing where I go into a coma and the next few seasons are crazy. Oh, now we're on a sitcom on an island. Oh, now it's a sitcom on in space. Oh, all because I'm in a coma. And then when he comes out, who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
What might happen?
It's so good. It's so good.
It really is.
Was it Brett or Brent? Was it Brett? Or Brent?
Brett or Brett?
Shut up, Brent.
Oh, what am I doing? Don't do that.
I don't know. What are you doing?
Stop doing that.
Don't forget to hit the like button. God damn.